Guys, so I wanted to make a video about Noom because I've had a couple different friends message me asking me questions, and I thought that it might be a little better if I just did a video to explain it. So Noom is an app, and when you open up just to your home page on it, it's going to look something like this, where you're going to have at the top a blue check mark if you logged the day before and finished it. And then as you can see today, I'm still going with my logging, so it's not blue yet. And it's going to have whatever your goals are and any articles or questions that your coach has assigned to you, or information that you're tracking. So it's really, really easy to use, and you have your own personal coach that's there to help you set small goals that are achievable. They add to your dashboard on here. So for example, at the beginning I had set a goal about exercising 3 times a week or 2 times a week, whatever I wanted, and so my coach would add that there, and then when I exercised I could log it, and then it felt so good to check it off that I did it. They can also have you rate your sleep. Sometimes they'll have that once a week, rate your motivation, and any other questions. And what I really like is they can also assign really short articles for you to read with information about things that would tie into your goals. So for example, if I'm trying to eat more vegetables, they're going to give me articles about why vegetables are good for you, what some people do to be able to sneak in more vegetables into their diet. And so I find that really great because it's really tailored to what I need. And after a couple weeks that you've been doing this, they'll have you be a part of a group. And so you'll have your personal coach, and then you'll also be a part of a group. And they both show up kind of like a text message screen on here. And when you click on your group, they're going to have the main coach post something. So I know it's so hard to see on there, but she says weekend challenge and choose health weekend challenge. And then she goes on to talk about what the challenge is. Sometimes she'll ask you to just share something that you're proud of, but it's neat because you can see everybody else's post and everyone on there. It's nice because they post things they're proud of. It is not just people complaining, which I appreciate. And what I do is I wanted to find a way that I could track on paper and then put it into my app, because I don't always have my phone with me. My friends know I'm terrible with keeping it right next to me. So what I did is I have like a pad of paper downstairs next to the kitchen where I just write down everything that I'm eating, and then I enter it as it goes. But one of the things I really like about when you're entering your food that Weight Watchers did not do. Well, first of all, I like that it's just the actual foods that you're entering. You're not having to worry about points or trying to figure out like how many points you've saved over the weekend and all that. Each day is a new day. And they have this thing in here where you get to do analysis. And so at the top, I'm going to see if you guys can see this. At the top of the screen, you can see a blue line, and it's showing me where in my day's calorie intake I am, which I really like because it's a really good visual for me. And then they don't have foods as good or bad. They just have them as green, like enjoy, try to eat a lot of those. Yellow is eat moderate portions, and then red is limit your portions. So you can see today was a Hamilton day. It came out, and so I haven't even entered all the popcorn and delicious things I've been eating today. I had some Kool-Aid for breakfast with my stuff, living my best life up in here. But it shows how many calories over you are. But I love that it also shows when you're eating things that are yellow or green, like saying like, yeah, good job. And every time you enter something that you ate, it's going to give you feedback on it. And I just love how positive it is, because let's say you chose to add some sort of vegetable to your meal. It's going to say, good job choosing a vegetable. And if you, let's say, don't, and there's really not a lot that's in your meal that was great, it's going to give you a congratulations for tracking. And it's going to, give you some percentage of people that never even track and all that. And so I really like it. I feel like compared to Weight Watchers, it's helping me really get a much better feel for when I'm full and how to swap out and make better choices. I'm finding, like, if I take a day where I'm just like, I'm not going to track today, this is my break day or whatever, I still want to track just because I end up going back and tracking because I really love all the little comments that it makes. And I like that it keeps a tally to make sure that, so like if you've tracked 20 meals in a row, it just feels so good to keep that going. But if you mess up and you don't track, it's not a big deal. It's just all these little extra things they build in. I feel like with this, with Noom, I have a lot of support from the coach. If I don't enter into my app, they'll text me outside of the app, and she'll just say, hey, are you okay? Like, come back, it's not too late, to keep tracking. And so I really like that. I'm comparing this with Weight Watchers because I did Weight Watchers before, and I lost 50 pounds using Weight Watchers, but I never really, throughout that whole process, felt like I got a good feeling for when I was full. I was always just hungry, and I always was trying to put in those 0 point foods, whereas with this, it's like, I feel like it's much more like start to notice smaller changes versus just trying to stay within your points for the day. And I like that it's just showing, like, I'm starting to kind of in my brain categorize food in those 3 ways, like the green, like go for it, try to get more of those in to bulk up your meal. The yellow, like it's good, but keep an eye on it. And then the red, I'm starting to really understand food a little bit better, and I really like the group portion of this. I felt like no matter which Weight Watchers group I went to, it was really negative, and I don't know if it was just the, my luck of the different, but I've tried like all different group times at different times in my life, and I just felt like it was very cliquey, and I didn't fit in that clique. I mean, I have tattoos, I was much younger than a lot of the other people in there, and I just very much felt like, it was not for me. Like I just didn't work for me. So I really like Noom because it's totally online, and I'm a pretty big introvert, so I don't really want to actually have to talk to anyone. But I love that on here I can, I can text the person and say, oh my gosh, I just messed up. I ate an entire bag of chips. I'm so frustrated with myself. And, they're going to write me back and just be like, it's okay. Let's plan for tomorrow, or let's make a goal so that we can go from there. So I really like that. If you have any questions, message me, but I just wanted to show you that little bit on there. And I hope if you love Weight Watchers that you're not offended. It just didn't work for me. But so far I have lost a little over 10.5 pounds using Noom, and I'm feeling really good. And yeah. Okay, bye.